Nice. I really was thinking, yeah, like so many times when I have a quite difficult goal time, like I was already thinking about the next attempts. At this run, I was thinking, doubting, like, okay, could I maybe have it? And I would be still amazed if I would. But yeah, it didn't feel that quick, but it was good enough. Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Gran Turismo 7, the Christmas edition. It's after midnight, Christmas Eve. We are doing the circuit experience on Fuji, that was the name, International Speedway. I found this the hardest sector to gold, but yeah, it didn't take that many attempts. I think in between episodes I discarded maybe some 15 failed attempts, and we will now be tackling the full lap. So let's do that now. And hopefully the time is a little bit forgiving. Here we go. But I do like the car, I like the track, so it's not a waste of time. Even if it's a hard one, I wouldn't mind. Right, but I totally forgot where to brake. I think it was 125. Here I'm braking into the little marker over there, but I'm steering in way too late. Should have steered in quicker. Here you lift mid-corner, and then over here you have quite some grip. Over there I braked too late. And this is that sector 3 is coming up now. Brake at just after the little sign. To the right. Totally missing this corner. I will just go ahead anyways, just for training purposes, especially this last corner. That's really where you can gain a lot of time. And I still don't really know where to brake over there. Alright, so we need 2 seconds. But this was a really bad attempt. But at least I have a full lap under my belt. Totally screwed up that one. Hardest corner on the track, and I again totally screw it up. But not even too bad, I would say. 2/10. I'm going from I need 2 seconds to I only need 2/10. If I would have gotten that last corner better, I would have had gold at this one. Quite violent curve over there. Missed that fucking corner. I went way too quick before. Or not way too quick. I actually just went quicker than I ever went through that. God damn it, Joe. Every time something goes right, I had like in one corner for my feeling quite a lot of speed, but I always screw it up then in the next corner or two. No, I'm totally missing my braking point. God damn it, man. Focus. I really like this orange-white livery somehow. Come on, man. You can do this. Steered in earlier. This could be an okay time, I think. Even though that last corner it felt not quick. But it's an okay time, very nice. So it really didn't take that much tries, I don't know, 10 tries in total or something. Very happy. Right, that was a really pretty relaxed circuit experience, all in all. In 1.5 episodes, so 35 minutes, pretty okay for my doing. I will show you the breaking points that I found. Right, 150, and over here between 150 and 100, so 125, you start braking hard. Back to thirds, try to keep some speed in the car and roll it. You can really cut this curb quite a bit. Roll it through there and slowly start applying the gas. Watch out for that curb to the left, because it is a little bit, how do you call it, deepened. It's a little bit not protruding, but the opposite of protruding. God damn it. Recessed, I think, is the word. Anyways, you can, if you then apply full power, I did a couple of attempts ago, you can spin out. So, but you do want to, even so, you can just take the risk, get on the power over here as soon as possible, because you carry that speed all the way. Yeah, so you can already, before the steering wheel is straight, you're in third gear, so there's not that much torque on the wheels to spin you out compared to second or first gear. You can still spin out in third gear, but you can be quite aggressive with the throttle here, and you do need it because it's quite a long straight here. Carry all that speed with you over here. And over here you see to the right, you see that little mini red sign above the guardrail. Over there, here's where you briefly brake, not that much, but for maybe half a second, a little bit over half a second. Get back to thirds, or maybe you can even keep it in fourth, but I go back to thirds. And the thing here is, I didn't do it correctly, but or maybe I didn't do quite okay-ish, but steer in quite soon, so that you really are not going wide here, because you, again, here you want to be on the throttle, as every corner, you want to be able to open up the throttle as soon as possible. I didn't do this one that well. I don't think you need to ride the curb here. If you steer in better, you can just stay on the track and open up the throttle early. Right here, full speed through here, and then it's a little bit, I still don't really know where, but you see that this corner, it's like the white stripe to the right, it goes into a bend, and then there's a little straight section just up ahead. So I think approximately over there is where you start to lift off, because otherwise you go too quickly and you go wide. So lift off, but then it straightens up a bit for like, I don't know, 10-20 meters. But here it tightens back up. But somehow, I don't know why, but in this tighter section you have quite a lot of grip. So you can actually, if you're in fourth gear here, just do pedal to the metal, steer hard in. You will not go wide. You will keep, or even in fifth gear here, you can full throttle goes through here, maybe lift off like a minuscule bit if you feel that you're going too quickly, but somehow this latter, the more of the story of this corner is that the last part of this long bend somehow has quite some grip. Over here, just also to the right over here, I will show you. There was also so here full throttle, lift off, and here full throttle again. Yeah, or a little bit lifting off maybe. But also here to the right you have one of those little mini signs above the guardrail in the red. I think it's red, I don't even see it that well. I brake, I think, in between 50 and that sign. So I don't know what it is, 60 meters or something. So, or just after that little sign, depending also how much speed you are carrying. But so around that mini sign you start to brake, because you really don't want to overshoot this corner. I do think it costs you quite some time. So back to second, try to really take this corner as sharp and quickly as possible, because then it opens up. So open up the steering wheel and watch out with if you're in second gear with applying too much throttle, if you have quite a steering angle, because you will spin out then, especially if you have traction control turned off like I have. So open up your steering wheel and then proportionally open up the throttle as well as soon as possible. Full throttle over here. And again you have that little mini sign just above that orange part of the guardrail to the right. That's just after I pass it, or maybe just when I am going to pass it, again depending how much speed you carry over here, how well the previous corner sections went, but more or less around that little white sign or red sign, that's where you start to brake hard. Back to seconds, and just like the previous corner you don't want to overshoot it, because then you this is such a weird corner, it's really more than 90 degrees, so if you overshoot it you really have the very slow recovery line to take, so to say. So take it as, get all your speed out of here. Being slower and tighter through this corner is much better than being faster and going wide. Here, lift off a bit, and once you also this one, just very slow corner, but try to take it tight, and as soon as you open up, like what I'm doing now, full throttle, and here you can also abuse the curb a bit, so just keep your steering wheel straight and accelerate out. And over here, keep it in third, but shave some speed off. Again, try to hug the curb. Here it's again full throttle. Once this curb ends, brake and back to seconds. And this is a little bit of a blind corner. I have this whole track, I don't master it yet for my feeling at all. I was just a little bit lucky getting the gold already, but because it's a little bit of a blind corner, so after the curb ends, start braking back to seconds, and then just turn in, hug the corner, get over this little hill over here. Again, you're in second gear with quite some steering input, so watch out with applying too much throttle at once because you will spin out. So first get the car straightened out, and then apply throttle, and yeah, somehow here you can go really wide over this curb here without getting disqualified. And this is one of, I think, the most important corners. Last corner, I also still don't really have the feeling I'm mastering it at all. But yeah, you see that little, there's a little road to the this second little road to the right. Yeah, just before it already, but it's just a reference. I'm not even sure how far before it you need to brake, but once I see it, I already start braking a bit. So keep it in third, go a bit wide, and really try to hug that curb over here, because you really want to then straighten out the car as soon as possible, like in all corners. It's mostly the same for every corner, but yeah, just a bit different because the corners are a bit different. But straighten out the car as soon as possible, and really in this one get on the gas as soon as possible, because you carry that speed all the way over the any extra speed you gain here, you carry it over a long distance all the way over the straight. So yeah, it's a very critical corner, this. think over here, this one, I think the best braking point. And by the way, I'm also rewatching this replay. Of course, you saw it already when the episode started. That was also the successful run, but then that was for me, it was live. So I really was busy with focusing on driving itself, but I'm watching it back for myself as well to learn to see where I could have done better or where it went pretty well, because just maybe for the online races and stuff, these circuit experience I really also try to use them to not only get gold but to learn the tracks a bit. Anyways, this last corner I had a little bit, what I said was not really sure where I braked. But here you see one of those side streets, and then you see the second one a little bit further on to the right. I think the best braking point is in the middle of those two, approximately. So that is a little bit before that, or quite a bit before that orange part end of the right guardrail. So I would say over here you need to start braking. See that again? Yeah, approximately there, I think. Integral parts of Gran Turismo, watching the outside replays, and I really have a little bit of a feeling of nostalgia now, because Fuji, I really played it, I remember this really well from GT4. Really nice to finally play Fuji in Gran Turismo, in a real Gran Turismo full game. Not the dressed out abomination that was Gran Turismo Sport. Very nice. Happy with that one. So that means that all circuit experiences, all circuits that are now opened up, I did the circuit experience for, I golded them. Very nice. 1 million credits in the bank. Plus we have a lottery ticket. So there are in the game in total now 27, 36 tracks. Really quite a lot. And I did 14, 21. So man, I'm just past halfway. Or yeah, a little bit over halfway already, but still quite some tracks to do. It's really amazing how many tracks this game has actually. Alright, let's check the lottery tickets. Always nice. I actually do like this lottery stuff. Many people hate it, but I think it's a nice distraction. Alright, but the only thing with these engine parts, I find them so specific. They are really useful for only one engine part in one type of engine. So I do understand it, because the crank, whatever this is, crankshaft in each engine is different, so it's actually quite realistic, but yeah, I wonder whether I will actually use that part, so to say. Alright, so in the next episode we will be continuing the menu books. And what do we have? Yeah, Nissan it was. Menu book 18. What do we need to do? We will be unlocking 2 tracks. Mount Panorama apparently is a very hard circuit experience, so that really will be a challenge. We need to get a Sylvia Spec R Aero. We need to get a R32 V-Spec, pretty cool. And a Fairlady Z 2007 Bridge. Tokyo Expressway is where we can win a race. Fuji International Speedway and Autopolis. And this is Tokyo Expressway. I'm not sure whether it's south or east or central. Let's quickly see what cars we'll be racing against. Tokyo Mountain, Trial Mountain Cup. I don't even remember. Trial Mountain Cup. What the hell was this? That was a pretty cool race with American V8s. Anyway, it was Tokyo Expressway. Wait, that's it. I was already wondering, why is that normally, if you have a World Circuits race for your menu book, I think it also appears over here in this top level menu of World Circuits without having to go into the actual track menu itself. But that of course only happens if I start the menu. Which I did not do. This time I'd like to collect sport cars produced by the Japanese manufacturer Nissan. Nissan's GTR, Z and Sylvia sports cars are popular and much loved all over the world. Collect all 3 and bring them back here, I'll be waiting. Right, but I still... one thing. Right, that was to learn more. So they want the suggested car, it's a PP520 power points, performance points. They want me to get this Fairlady 2007. But I'm for sure not going to buy that one, because then you just miss out this race. That is one of the cars that I find it so stupid that one of the cars that you need to get is also the suggested car. So because if you then buy it, you say, oh, I need a suggested car for these races, then you are already locked out of this last race, or not locked out, but it's not part of the menu book anymore, because you then just get that car here, and one of your 3 cars is then done, because you just bought it. I find that a little bit stupid, that the suggested car is almost always one of the cars that are your objectives for the menu. So I will need to find another Nissan besides these 3, but so the suggested car was 520 performance points. Now let's see what the race itself is. No, it's still not here in this main menu. So these are only championships. But they are now over here. Start with this one. Alright, so it's a 550 performance points club. And it's 3 laps. And the cars, GTO twin turbo. Lancer. No, I'm for sure not going to buy the Lancer. Circuit experience in the Mitsubishi, I really didn't like it. Or I think maybe it was a Subaru Impreza. Yeah, it was a Impreza. RX-8 Spirits. That one looks pretty cool. Sylvia Spec R Aero. Yeah, so that are a little bit the cars that we will be using, and it is 550 suggested. So let's see if there's any cool Japanese car. What is this? HUD. Is there something new? Limited stock. Already have that one. Ah, these are new. This one is pretty cool. McLaren, pretty cool as well. 20 million. God damn it. How much do I have? 18 million. Sold out. There are quite a lot more cars now. Limited stock. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna buy it. I hope I didn't already have it. I don't think so. But I do want some of these legendary cars. And I don't want to wait, because sometimes they only pop up at certain moments. I have the money now anyways. Because that limited stock really is a trigger for me to like, okay, I will buy it. Yeah, then let's buy this Porsche as well. Now it's here. I will want those cars in the end anyways. I should have actually read the menus. Can I still do that? Yeah, maybe they are still just in the Legend dealership. Here we go. What do you call a street legal Porsche 911 that shoots from 0 to 100 in 3.7 seconds and tops out at 310 kilometers an hour? Why, the Porsche 911 GT1 Strassen version, of course. Developed to meet competition rules for the Le Mans GT1 class, only 25 cars were ever sold. The production car it was based on was pretty much a race car to begin with. From its nose to its front suspension, the Porsche 911 GT1 Strassen version looks like a Type 993 911. But behind the seats you'll see a lot of parts reminiscent of the Porsche 962 that competed at Le Mans in the 80s. The engine is a twin turbocharged flat 6 with a 3.2 liter displacement. A chance to own this car rarely comes around, so here's your chance. Alright, very nice. Actually has less power than I expected, 533 bhp. It actually has a turbo as well, was not expecting that. Alright, then also let's read up on this one. The F50 was the successor to the F40 and was one of the most Spartan cars Ferrari ever produced. I would say the F40 is more Spartan than the F50, pretty sure. The idea came from Enzo Ferrari's son Piero, who wanted to create a road car similar to an F1 race car for the company's 50th anniversary. This is reflected in things like the F50's V12 engine being mounted in the same structure as the F1 machine. The in-house engine is also based on the V12 used in Ferrari F1 racers. So if you're in the mood to drive a Ferrari around town, the F50 is the car for you. That's a little weird jump to make. Like, yeah, it's all F1 and it's super raw and blah blah blah. Then, oh yeah, by the way, if you want to have a car to just cruise around in your old village, then this is the best car for you. It really doesn't make sense. Michiel is a little bit of a weird car salesman. We will buy the E-Type as well, why not? The E-Type Coupe, which made its debut in 1961, had a huge influence on sports car design. The engine in the car's nose was based on the straight six that won Le Mans 5 times in the C and D types. Although known to the world as the E-Type, in North America it often is called the XKE. The beautiful body, which evolved from the D-Type sports racer, was designed by Malcolm Sayer. Yes, it is a beautiful body. I only don't like the coupe that much. I find the roof is too high. Who is known as an early proponent of aerodynamic design for automobiles. The E-Type remained in production for 14 years, evolving to comply with later safety and emission laws. Still, it remained instantly recognizable to everyone. Although Jaguar didn't have a factory race program for the E-Type in motorsports, it did build a low-drag coupe and 12 lightweight E-Types that raced on both sides of the Atlantic. Famous for its good looks, Jaguar E-Type is also a seriously fast sports car. Yes, it's a pretty damn cool car. Man, really Christmas is coming early this year. It is actually Christmas Day now. But it's 2 in the morning, Christmas Day. Atkinson Motor Technology, AMT. Alright, we have some cool cars now. Any other? 5 million left? Yeah, I can just as well spend my money, why not? 5 million. Yes, I already see what I want. This one. Did you know that the first car to ever bear the Porsche name was a midship Spider? By the way, I'm way over the 25-minute marker. That's not that good. No, I was not aware of this. Specifically, it was the 356/1 prototype from 1948. Is that this one? I guess the company was always interested in mid-engine sports cars. This is a really cool car. The F550 Spider, introduced in 1953, is another example of the mid-engine concept from Porsche. The 550-1500 RS was a variant that went on the market at the end of 1954. This specific 550-1500 RS, with its blue body and white triangular stripes, is serial number 0067. Pretty cool, probably that's a real life car. It's the only 550 still wearing the same finish with which it left the factory. Wow, if that was not repainted, that it would be amazing. That makes it pretty much priceless. Holy shit. If that car is still unpainted. That's pretty cool. Did I buy it already? No, but now we did. Right, and that was my 18 million gone, but I think we made some good investments. Inflation is high, you can better have it in assets than in dirty old fiat money. Alright, so that was an unexpected detour, but yeah, so then now I really have to stop. We can continue in the next episode, but let's quickly see if there's any... No, not Brand Central. We want to go to the used car dealership. See if there is anything here. There are some cool Japanese cars. It was 550. Yeah, I'm going with the NSX for this race. That is pretty okay as regards to performance points, and I just really like the car. Maybe I already have an NSX. Check out the garage. Right, let's sort by... Can we sort by country? Yes, here we go. Japan, here we go. So, the Sylvia K S Arrow, I already have one. Is that the one that... No, it's a similar one that we need to get for the menu book, but it's not the same, I guess. Alright, the Integra, how much performance point? 470s, all 370s, all way too low, 450. Civic, low. We have a Sylvia 3. We have a tuned RX-7. 2 of them. I can sell one maybe. Let's see, how does... Where do you sell cars again? There. It was added in future. I would say you need to do that at the used car dealership, right? How do you do that? Not here. Escapes, missions, showcase, tuning, GT Auto, multiplayer, legends, garage. How? Why would you make it this difficult to sell? Ah, I remember. Unfortunately, you have to. Don't ask me why. You have to get to menu book 39 to be able to sell cars. Anyways, I did not have an NSX, so let's buy that one over here. This looks like a pretty cool one. This NSX Type R was the first in Honda's line of Type R models, and it's certainly one of the most legendary. The first generation NSX was already an exceedingly capable sports car in its own right. However, this Type R variant is a special model specifically designed for circuit performance. In particular, its weight was reduced as much as possible, rendering it 120 kg lighter than its base model. The suspension and tires are also custom tuned for the Type R. This is an epic car. Really would like to have that one in real life. Good thing I still had a bit of money in the bank, because I could almost not afford this one. After that legendary car spending spree. Alright, and it's in white, so I find it a pretty cool color for the NSX. So we are totally ready for the race to Japanese races to win those 3 Nissans, and we will be starting with Tokyo Expressway, Clubman Cup, and that will be in the, where is this? This is south counterclockwise, right. South I think was one of the easier variants of the 3 variants available in Tokyo Expressway, Central, East and South. So that's good. But that will be in the next episode. Guys, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you there. For the meantime, don't forget always to keep on gaming. Later.